I'm not gonna be on here too long. I can give y'all 30 minutes. Do you know you only have 30 minutes? Do you know you have 30 minutes? I'm gonna wait for y'all to come in here. But I am gonna go ahead and just do something quick to my face though. As you can tell by the title of the video is lazy day because it was definitely a lazy day for me. Oh, I messed up my baby hair. I literally had to I was up in and out all day today. And then I got up. And then when I got up, I laid back down and I was watching this TikTok. And then I fell asleep while watching the TikTok. And I was like, dang. Hey, Courtney, how you doing? I'm doing good, C-Rock. How are you? Hi, Blake. How are you, love? Yeah, so I went back to sleep, fell asleep watching TikTok, and then I woke up, and then I eventually got myself ready. Definitely lazy day today, though. But yeah, so I went ahead, posted up my socials. You guys can follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. My Instagram is See Me Living, abbreviated. My Snapchat is CJ's Dance Life. So you guys can go ahead and follow me on there. I'm not gonna do nothing crazy today, y'all. I'm literally I don't know why I'm so tired. So I had dance class last night. And dance class was cool. Oh, I did do my hair today. I went ahead and straightened it, but not really. Because if you've been tapped in with me for the past couple days, I had my hair in crimps and just waves or whatever. And then I like to wait until after I go to a dance class, so that way I'm not putting so much heat on my hair or my leave out. So I had my dance class yesterday, and I just went ahead and just used my straight ahead, what is it? It's a flat iron, but also a hot comb and also a curler all in one. So I just I gave myself a straight look, but I wanted to look more like a blowout look at the same time, because I feel like it just blends in with my natural hair better. Nothing crazy. You're doing good. I love that. You called me brother. I'm not a brother. I'm not a brother. I'm a sister. I don't know why I'm so tired. I literally did nothing. What time did I go to sleep? I left the studio early. I got home maybe 1. What time did I go to sleep? Maybe my iron's low. I don't know. Which I hate when that happens. I hate when my iron is effing with me. But I feel like that's because I'm just not eating enough. Some days I eat 3 times, some days I don't. And then it's I'm just so sleepy out of the blue and I don't know why. I don't know why. I can go to sleep at 2, 3 a.m. and be perfectly fine. That's what's funny. I can go to sleep at 2, 3 a.m. and still get a full 6, 7 hours of sleep. Let's see what y'all are talking about. Stop thinking about me. That's why I'm tired. Why am I tired thinking about you? Why are you tiring me out? You're not supposed to tire me out. When I think about you, I'm supposed to be joyful. I'm supposed to be eager and ready to start the day. You got me tired thinking about you? You said she is chopped. You know, my favorite salad restaurant is called Chopped, but it's spelled CHOPT. That's my favorite salad restaurant. You should go try them out. LOL. Hold on. I'm like, why is my Wi-Fi so stupid on my other phone? You said I'm supposed to be... You said subbed. How you gonna troll me and then subscribe to me? I love it. I love it. All the trolls, y'all should just go ahead and just follow me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and follow your girl. You're supposed to be satisfied. Yeah. You said must be the weed. Damn, I forgot I smoked. You're right. You're right. How did you know? How did you know? How did you know? I didn't even think about that. See, that's why I can't. In Atlanta, I promise you, like these folks out here, they want to be asleep. They want to, I'm destined to believe that they just want to be asleep. It's funny because I tried some new stuff yesterday from someone that I met. Oh, let me tell y'all. Tell me why I popped both of my tires yesterday. I'm over here about to go and just talk to y'all. Whole time I gotta update y'all on what happened yesterday. So much be happening to me. Random stuff be happening to me. Okay, so boom. Yesterday, I'm on my way to the nail salon to get my nails fixed or whatever. And I popped 2 of my tires yesterday. I popped my front tire and my back tire on my driver's side of my car. I was driving behind another car, and then I was trying to avoid getting hit, and then boom, drove over a curb or something. I don't know, drove over the median or something. I drove over something, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing my tire pressure jump to 3 to 6. I've never in my life popped 2 tires before at the same time. That's kind of crazy. So then after my tires popped, I was like, well, I'm at the nail salon now. I'm going to have to just deal with this later. So I go to the nail salon still. I just went to the nail salon. Got my nails fixed. And then after that, you know, I'm like a damsel in distress. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what tire places are nearby. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. I'm like, I don't know where to go. I don't remember the last place I went to for my tires. Like, I don't even remember. I don't even remember what it was called. I know what side of town it was on, though. Kind of. I don't know. Last year, I had to replace all 4 of my tires. So, that was my first time having tire issues since last year. Yesterday, right? Okay, boom. So, after I leave the nail salon, I'm like, okay, now I gotta focus on my car. So, then I'm like, okay, let me use my USAA or whatever. And then at first I'm like, how am I supposed to get to a tire shop and I only have 1 spare tire? I have 1 spare tire. So then I started talking to these guys in the nearby barber shop nearby the nail salon. And I asked them, I'm like, how am I supposed to get to a tire shop with 1 spare tire? And then that's when they were like, well, they were going to have to tow your car. I'm like, tow my car? Like my Jupiter? That's my car's name, Jupiter. So I'm like, they're going to have to tow Jupiter? Jupiter has never been towed. Jupiter has never been towed. So boom. Jupiter has to get towed. But what had happened was, so shout out to USAA. If you guys don't have insurance yet, you should totally get USAA. My parents are in the military, so there's that. But I don't know, do you have to be in the military to have USAA? Or do you have to like know somebody in there? I don't know. But USAA, they gonna connect you with someone. Because there's been several times I had to hit somebody up to put a spare tire on my car. And they're gonna find you somebody fairly quickly. Fairly quickly. Hi, Peppa baby. Hi, Peppa girl. Peppa, I'm ready for you to go to the groomers too. Peppa just got spayed, y'all. My dog, she just got spayed. So I'm waiting for her to heal up so that I can take her to the groomer. Her hair grows so fast on her face. But yeah. USAA, they is going to take care of you. Shout out to USAA. And they don't increase my insurance rate every year. But yeah, so I hit them up on the app or whatever. And then initially they said it was going to take 45 minutes to 75 minutes for somebody to come and help tow my car or whatever, right? And take it to the tire location, right? So then I'm like, all right, 45, 75 minutes. I'm like, I'm about to go get food. I haven't eaten all day. So boom, the security guard, I noticed that the security guard that was around the parking lot, he just kept driving around on the golf cart, like looking at me or whatever. So then I was like, oh, can I ride in your golf cart? I was like, can you take me to Kebabland? Kebabland is a restaurant that's right next to my nail shop and all that good jazz. So he golf carts me close to the restaurant. He couldn't take me all the way because his job would have bitched at him for doing that or whatever. Hate that for him. I say, fuck that job. Just kidding. Not really, but anyways. So he was so sweet. So then boom, now we're at the restaurant. Go to the restaurant. I noticed these guys were sitting there. And they made eye contact with me first. So here's my thing. Like, if you're out and about by yourself as a woman, you said, are you contouring? I'm not contouring. So because I'm like really lazy, I'm not even doing concealer. So I'm going to try another look. So for the past, like, this is what, my 5th or 6th live video. The past 4 or 5 days, I've been doing different makeup techniques. And this one is going to be one where I'm not doing the concealer, but I'm just doing my cheek area like I did in my last live video. And it's funny because I was not going to do all this. Like, I was contemplating, I'm like, how am I going to go on live? I'll get gas in my car. I literally just left the nail salon. Like, right now, I just went and got a pedicure. Yesterday, I got my manicure fixed, but today I went and got a pedicure. So, anyways, as I was driving on the way home, I was like, I don't know. I don't feel like doing, like, concealer and stuff. I just want to put powder blush on my face and go. But then my brain was like, but I can go on live. I could talk to my folks, and then I could try this other technique so I can still, because I noticed that when I did put just blush on my face, the blush like went away throughout the night, and I don't want that to happen. So I was like, let me just do this method first and just see what happens. So what I did, I put my liquid contour bronzer on my face, like up on my forehead, cheeks, jawline, and then I used liquid blush. And so now I'm gonna set the liquid with this powder, my Hourglass translucent tan powder. I think it's like an airbrush thing. Yeah, airbrush pressed powder by Hourglass. in the shade Translucent Tan. But yeah, so back to the golf cart. So boom, I get golf carted to the nearby restaurant. I see these guys there. They make eye contact with me first. And I feel like if you are a woman and you're out and about by yourself, if you're in an inviting situation, especially if you're like in a stressful situation, go join the guys or the girls. Hell, my mentality is you can go out and about and somebody can help your situation. Hell, you can come across someone that's so generous they may even pay for your new tires. You just never know. Or you just meet just new people. If they cool, you know what I'm saying? So boom, I sat down with these guys. They shared their hookah with me. I didn't ask. They shared their hookah with me. I ordered food because again I didn't eat all day or whatever. So I was gonna eat regardless, you know what I'm saying? That was definitely gonna happen. So then what happened? I got my food or whatever, and then my ride came and picked me up. And oh wait, I'm skipping a part. So as I'm waiting for my food, the tow guy from USAA, he calls me, right? Why he ended up telling me that he's 11 minutes away? He told me he was 11 minutes away shortly after I placed the order for my food. And I'm like, damn. Because the thing definitely said 45, 75 minutes. And you see, I'm a solution person. Like, I could have easily been so annoyed that day because I didn't have plans that day. You know what I'm saying? I was like, now my plans are ruined. Da, da, da. But for me, I feel like if I'm acting like I am a damsel in distress, but if I'm acting like a damsel in distress, then I'm definitely making it seem like the situation is bigger than what it is when it's really not that big of a deal. Just focus on the solution. So boom, if someone's going to take forever to come to me, that just means I'm about to go find something else to do. I'm going to find something else to do. You know? So me finding something else to do, I went to that restaurant. I sure did. I sure did. And then I was sitting with the guys. We were chilling, smoking hookah. It was a vibe. And then I like how the guy, like, he really fucked with me for real. So, boom, he ended up coming or whatever. And I told him, I'm like, well, my food isn't here yet. And he was like, well, it's all fine. I'm gonna still take your car. At first, I didn't know my car. Like, I didn't know he took my car because I was going to tell him, like, hey, like, if you smoke weed or whatever, you can, like, smoke on the job. I was just trying to basically give him some stuff to do until my food gets done. But then he ended up just going ahead and taking, he went ahead and just took the car to the tire shop. And it wasn't far from where I was at anyway. So I was like, perfect. And so then I ended up finishing my food at the restaurant with the guys. And then my ride pulled up. Left with my ride, went to the tire place, and then the rest is history. Got my car fixed, got new tires and whatnot. And that was my yesterday. And then I went to my dance class. Totally forgot that I smoked, so you're probably right. That's why I'm probably tired today. Because what I smoked clearly had to be an indica or some type of strong ass hybrid, because girl was like knocked. I was knocked, and then I woke up and was knocked again. I just kept being knocked. I'm just confusion on my brushes. Okay, where's my powder brush? Where's my powder brush? So yeah, and so today, again, like I told you guys, I rested, woke up, rested again, woke up, did my hair, went to the nail salon, and now I'm getting ready for the evening. Hey, Free From Illusions, how are you doing? You have a random question for me? I have a random answer for you. LOL. I'm so late to the question. Someone asked, what's my channel about? My channel is about all things Courtney J. That's my name. Casually me, CAJ are my initials, Courtney Alisse. And my page, well, my channel is about all things me, about my life. I vlog my life. I document my life. And now I go on live more often than me posting actual videos. But it's a great way for me to just connect and talk to people better, you know. So that's what Casually Me is about. Just my life, me sharing my life, my philosophies. Me just being my genuine self, you know. I'm another person on the internet for people to connect to and relate to. All that good jazz. All that good jazz. I'm like, should I set the bronzer powder? I mean, the cream bronzer with some stuff on top. Is that necessary? Maybe so, because it's a liquid. Or will the powder bronzer set it? I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Because I just remember, like, the last time I just left the liquid bronzer on my face, that shit, like, melted off when I was sweating. And I was, like, so confused. But yeah. I guess I just do it on the side of my face too, because I put it down. And this is just the this is my loose powder that I'm using. I normally do press, loose, and then press again, but for the bronzer I'm just gonna do loose. Loose first and then press. It's so many like makeup techniques. It's so many. Do I see repeating numbers a lot? I do, actually. I'm very, very, very tapped in. I'm very tapped in. I've been tapped in for a long time, especially when I started my spiritual journey back in 2019 when I graduated high school and all that good jazz. Once I started to become consciously aware, I started to see angel numbers way more often. I actually have them tatted on me. I have 555, 111 tatted right here. I have 117 right here, which at that time, 117 was a number that I was seeing frequently back in 2020. What year was that? 2020. I was 19. I was 19 when I first got my tattoos. Yeah. Or was I 18? I think it was 19. I don't know. And then I have 888 tatted on my side. I have 8 tattoos, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 angel number tattoos. I have 777 tatted on my in my dream catcher. If you're tapped in with me, then you know I have a dream catcher tattoo on my side. That's like one of my favorite tattoos, but boy, oh boy, it hurt like a... I was literally crying. I was crying when I was getting my dream catcher tatted on me. And then what made it even worse, that same day, so basically I was getting my dream catcher tattoo tatted before my birthday, right? It was before my 22nd birthday, 2023, right? So boom, I'm getting a new tattoo every year for my birthday basically at this point. The tattoo artist comes to the house. Da, da, da. I leave the house to go get Popeyes for me and the tattoo artist. I come back to the neighborhood. Why I get hit by a DHL van? I'm in a suburban neighborhood. We in a one-way street. Everybody else in the neighborhood knows how to drive amongst each other. This DHL van, I saw that it was parked in front of this house, right? So my common sense is, okay, let me go around it because it's just parked here. Again, we're on a one-way street. I drive past this DHL van. The DHL van hit the fuck out of me. It hit me in the front of my car. Keep in mind, I'm down the street from my house. My tattoo's halfway done. I've been crying for 4 hours. Now I got hit by a DHL van. My birthday's in a few days. Yeah. Yeah. But they found her at fault. She tried to say it was my fault. I'm like, girl, we're in a whole suburban neighborhood. Everybody else knows how to drive amongst each other. How is it my fault? How is it my fault? Keep in mind, the van wasn't fucked up. My car was fucked up. My car was fucked up. I had to get my car fixed. I had to get a rental. My whole front of my car came off. Literally. So make it make sense, because it doesn't. And I had a little attitude that day too. It was just so much going on. I'm just like, you know what? I'm over it. But it did work out though, nonetheless. So, but anyways, back to the original question. I do see angel numbers all the time. Like today, a lot of 555 energy. A lot of 555 energy. I've been receiving a lot of 555 energy a lot though, I'm not gonna lie. Like this year has been a very 555 year. But I see all angel numbers. I see angel numbers 0 through 0, honestly. I see 666 often. I just saw 666 like a day or two ago. I see that a lot actually. But that's not a negative number. Like 6, like literally that number ties into divine love. It's tied to the planet Venus, which is the love planet. And it also, ironically, for people to project that 666 is the devil's number, it's really tied into yourself. If you really, like, when you look into the frequency of numbers, like when you like read or study what numbers by themselves actually like mean or carry, 6 ties into love. 6 ties into you, like all things you, all things us, like self-awareness. Like, are you thinking how you're supposed to be thinking right now? Are you doing things that's in alignment with your true self right now? It's a reminder. Like when you see 666, you have to, like, for any angel number though, for any angel number, when you see any angel number, angel sequence, whatever, you got to look at what's around you. Where are you? If you're by yourself, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Whatever the case may be. But also, don't be so hard on yourself either. Like, sometimes it could just be a reminder or a nudge to pay more attention to yourself, or to stop thinking about something so much. Or it could symbolize that you have something coming your way. A lot of times, I'm not going to lie, whenever I see 666, some bullshit be happening after, but it's nothing bad though. And I had to train myself that it's nothing bad. It just means that something is going to happen. It's nothing bad, but I'm either going to be disconnected from someone, I'm going to have an epiphany about something. You know, it's like, surrender to that. Or like when I saw it yesterday, I decided that meant that my actions that I did yesterday and the actions I've been doing lately are a reflection of my higher self, and it's just manifesting. Like, I'm reaping the results of my actions in a positive manner. Because 6 ties into yourself. Make sure you're doing things for yourself. Make sure you're thinking in the way of your highest self, not your lowest self, you know? Things like that. Why do I feel like it's never, why do you feel like, what's never enough? That's how I feel about this blush. I feel like this blush is so light. Gotta keep putting some on. Y'all see how this just looks like naturally like sun-kissed? In how many minutes? Like maybe like 10 minus me talking. Minus me talking. Listen, I told myself my intention is to find my go-to makeup look that's not going to take forever to do. You know, I feel like concealer is just a whole extra step. But if I can do something like this without the concealer and the blush doesn't come off my face, then that's the goal. Because I could do this way more often than using concealer. Concealer will only be necessary if I'm going out somewhere or if I have a shoot or showcase. Like if I actually have to put in effort, okay. If I want to put in effort for my day, then sure. But if I still look amazing, I look great without makeup, but we're just talking about in the event of me wanting to wear something on my face, then yeah, this is the go-to look. This is what we can do. Okay, so now that we have our powder, we did our liquid contour bronzer, we did our liquid blush, and then we used, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to put this extra layer on. But is it too late? Maybe it's too late. It's probably too late. Sigh. After we put on our liquid products, we set with the pressed powder, and then we used our loose powder. And then I put my loose powder where I put my liquid contour bronzer. It's like I want to put this over my blush area. I probably just need to put on more blush and bronzer because I don't want this to like fade out. Because what I do, I use pressed powder, loose powder, and then I go back with the pressed powder. But maybe I won't need it this time. I don't know. We're going to just see. We're going to see. As I said, different techniques. Like every day is a different technique. It should be fine though. That Laura Mercier, whatever, it's a good powder. So some girls also, they don't do three layers of powder. They just do like 1 or 2. So we're just going to see how well this does with just 1 layer of press and 1 layer of loose. It looks good though, but we're just gonna see. I just have to remember in the future to just do my 3-step because I get distracted so easily. Thank you. You said today had you melting. What were you doing? You were outside? You had to be outside. You told me you were melting. Jeez Louise. This is highlighter that I'm putting on my face, by the way, y'all. I don't really know if it's doing anything for real, but this is the highlighter. I can see it more on my cheeks. And then I put blush when I'm lazy. I put blush on my eyeshadow as well to match the blush on my face. And then I just started doing this. I started going over with highlighter too. You can also put bronzer. You could put bronzer on your eyelids. A girl put me onto that on TikTok. Yeah. Okay. What time is it? 8:30. Look, we're doing great with time. We're doing great with time. Now we're just gonna spray. Normally I spray after I do my powder, but it's okay. Normally I spray my face like 2 or 3 times while I'm doing my makeup, but it's okay. It still looks really natural too, and that's what I like. I like for my stuff to look natural. Even though I'm not a professional. You say your makeup is cool. You was all right. Thank you. Am I single? Big single. Yeah, I'm cooking. I only made calls so far. Ooh, what do you like to cook? Shout out to Lance. That's how you say your thing, right, Lance? Everyone like and subscribe. Thank you so much, my love. Larry's from Clearwater, Florida. Shout out Clearwater, Florida. Clearwater is nice. I haven't been out there in a few years, but it's really nice out there. So y'all just call it Clearwater. Y'all don't call it like Tampa, right? I'm literally obsessed with this freaking eyelash primer and my new mascara. Like, this stuff does what it's supposed to do. Now, considering that where I'm going, I'm not going to be sweating for real. So that's how we're just going to test to see how this powder looks for just the 2 layers. But I feel like if I was like outside or swimming, I probably would have needed 3. And I just went back over with powder blush and the powder bronzer or something. Gotta be careful with this product. It's like it be transferring so quickly. You said I stay on the go. I do stay on the go though. Like, for me to care about my rest so much, I really do be on the go. But that's because I live multiple lives. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. LOL. Uh-oh. And this got on my nose. It always gets on my nose. Because there's like mascara on the tube. Or the stick or whatever. Go ahead and come up. Go ahead and come up. Or is that my skin? I don't know. Greetings from Russia. What's up, Russia? How you doing? How you feeling? How you doing? How you feeling? Let's see. Guess I'll use this one. It's the first one I picked up. The brand's Sister Lashes. I mean, Sister Mascara. This shit looks so good, bro. What the fuck? I'm so happy for TikTok. I love the internet. Like, you can literally find so much stuff on the internet. It's insane. This has to be like the best mascara combination I've ever been put onto. It's the only one, actually. That primer gonna do what it do. I've been saying that in all of my makeup videos though. Like the 3 mascaras I bought recently. Makeup primer by Too Faced. Mascara primer by Too Faced. Their actual mascara. And then L'Oreal Telescopic. Okay, y'all. This is the final product. Y'all see how my lashes look? They look so, like, dramatically cool. Dramatically cool, bro. You said you love the internet, but does the internet love you? I mean, yeah, look at my subscribers. Everyone that subscribed to me, I'm gonna assume they love me, right? I like when my eyes look like this, because I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm a very, like, sultry, dark person. Well, dark feminine energy. Dark feminine energy. And I feel like when my eyes are like this, even though I wear my glasses, it's like people be calling me dangerous, and I'm like, I can see why. And then when I do my mascara like this, I feel like it just adds on to that. Like, I'm about to seduce your mind, your body, and your soul. I'm seducing all of that, okay? I use my lip liner so much, bruh. They be getting so little. I use it so much. What are y'all saying? Do I have a child or am I married? No and no. Not married. Don't want kids. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. All right, y'all. It's the final look. Liquid contour bronzer, liquid blush, pressed powder, loose powder, powder bronzer, powder blush, mascara primer, mascara. Setting spray. I need some more of this. If you guys ever want to sponsor my shopping sprees, you're more than welcome to. Or my makeup sprees, you're more than welcome to. All right. It looks so nice and natural. That's what I love. Like, my makeup just looks really natural. In other words, she is an energy vampire. I am not an energy vampire. I don't think so. Beautiful chubby girl. Yeah, my chest is chubby. You're getting ready to go out. You're well dressed. I'm about to go outside. I'm about to go to my trap. Hey girl, you're fine as F. Keep it up. Thank you, love. LOL. The man in you says you came to the right place. You know, people love it here. I'm so good at algebra that I can replace your ex and you wouldn't even... Wait, I've got to screenshot that. That is so funny. Tony Childs, listen, I'm about to post that on my Instagram story because that is so funny. That is so funny. Y'all are literally the funniest people ever. I just want y'all to know that. Like, y'all literally make me laugh genuinely. Like, literally. Y'all are funny as fuck. The little things y'all be saying be having me so tickled. I need to clean my glasses. Hold on, you guys. Oh, let me get my hookah pen. All right. Y'all got a free 360 because y'all be on my I don't want to say my dick, but y'all be on me so bad about the 360s. But I don't mind it though. I just don't get up. I don't mind it. I don't mind it, but I also don't get up. Okay, so this is the final look with my glasses on, y'all. Y'all got me until 9 o'clock. She ain't feed the dog nothing to eat all day. My dog is literally right here sitting next to me. And we definitely just went on a walk before I came on live. And it's crazy because even though I be saying that I be in the house all day, like, let me just clarify. Let me just clarify. I still have to wake up to take care of my dog. Like, and what my dog does, my dog makes noise. And if she's not sleeping in my room, but lately she's been sleeping in my room. Sometimes, like, if it's raining, I don't let her sleep in my room because I don't want her to get anxious and then pee in my closet because she'll do that. But she'll literally, like, come up to my bed. And that's why I love my dog. And, you know, when I had moved to Charlotte, I definitely had my dog registered as my emotional support animal. And then after the fact, I realized, you know what? She actually is like an emotional support animal. Because when I was like really sad and depressed, she was there. Like, and if I don't feel like getting up, right? If I don't feel like getting up and my dog is next to my bed, I'm forced to have to get out of the bed because I got to take her outside or I got to make sure that she's eating. I don't care. Like, I'm going to make sure my dog eats before me anytime. My bad, y'all. I'm looking at my makeup. Okay, I like it. But I do notice, like, my smile lines are more definite when I don't have concealer on. But you see, like, I guess where I put, like, the powder. But I just don't... That means I would have to add the mouth area to my makeup routine if I just do this. But I'm trying to just do blush. I'm just trying to keep the cheek area. I'm not trying to do the most. But I still look good though. It looks good and I feel like the blush is gonna stay. But yeah. Okay, emotion being what it is. Have you ever think you might... I keep getting these email notifications. I'm getting distracted. Ever think you might change your mind later on children? Pure love may not have been experienced. Is this on? Boom. Honestly, I don't think I want to have a kid inside of my body. Like, when I was younger, when I was in middle school, I literally was like, I want to have 6 kids. And I had a list of names for my kids, like Fiji. Fiji was one of them. Raquel was another. Like, I literally had names for my kids. And then once I reached high school, I was like, I don't want kids no more. But then when I think about it, I'm like, if nobody, like if I don't have kids, if my little brother doesn't have any, or my older sister, then we're gonna die off. But we still have our other cousins, like they're gonna have kids, but like our part of the family is gonna die off because there's no one to continue. And that's the only unfortunate part. But I just don't want to carry nobody's kids. And I feel like I would have to make sure that I am financially secure with the kid. Shall the daddy not be around? Like, if we can't be in a relationship together, you're still going to make sure you involved in this kid somehow. I'm getting something. I'm not taking care of no kid by my. I don't desire to take care of a kid by myself. In the event that I have to take care of a kid by myself, I'm going to make sure that I am getting bread off of that man for me and this baby. If you don't want to be physically involved, you're going to be financially involved. Because it's not the kid's fault for why you ain't shit. The kid is innocent. And then also me being the woman choosing to have sex with the man, it's my responsibility on me being aware that you wasn't shit before I even let you do anything. Definitely could have put a plan B up in there. So it's just self-accountability, you know. So the kid is innocent. In that regard, the kid is innocent. The kid's always going to be innocent. So that's why, like, you got to be smart with who you have kids with, because in the event that they are not around, can they still be of service to not just you, but to the kid? Like, can you be there for your seed? If you can't be there physically, you're going to be there financially. You're going to be there financially. Baby needs clothes. Baby needs to be in programs so that baby can stay active, and baby can be in really nice clubs. Okay? Just wire over 2 million. Exactly. Like, if I had a terrible ass baby daddy, he's going to be a very wealthy, terrible ass baby daddy, and he's going to make sure that we have the money to. And I'm also going to be honest with my kid about their father. I'm not lying. And the reason why I say that is because I experienced that myself. You know, like, I experienced that myself with just feeling like I was lied to as a kid about things like that, and then ended up finding out the truth later on. But still, like, at the time as a child, I was like so sensitive to being lied to. I was so sensitive to being lied to. Hello and greetings from Germany. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my screen. Welcome to my live. Germany. How are you doing? I used to live in Stuttgart. You are beautiful. Thanks, babe. I appreciate it. Prefer waxing, laser. Do I prefer waxing, laser, or shaving for underarms? I get my underarms lasered. I've been doing laser hair removal since I came back to Georgia. So I've been doing laser hair removal since 2022. So I get my Brazilian area laser, and I get my underarms laser. And it's definitely worth it. The only time I have to, like, shave is, like, if I'm not consistent with my sessions or whatever. And again, everybody's hair growth cycle is different. So some people can have, like, a few sessions and hair will never grow back. Versus me, I got to keep up with my sessions, but then sometimes I don't do my sessions until, like, a month or two later. Like, it just depends on what I got going on. Stuttgart is not too far from you. You're in Munich. Oh my God, my sister literally wants me to go to Munich so bad. Now that I'm older, my sister really, 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 really wants me to experience Munich as an adult and go to the, what is it? Go to those spas. You know what spas I'm talking about? With the naked people. She wants me to experience that as an adult. But it's funny because I remember when I was younger and we lived in Germany, we would go to this spa. Like, we would drive over there, and I don't remember which country it was in. I don't know if it was in Austria. I have no idea. But my sister will know. We would go there, and I remember in the locker room there was this little boy running around naked. Now, I don't remember if we had gender separated rooms. That would make sense. But I don't know how he ended up. Y'all, look at my dog. They're so cute when they sleep like that. I don't know why I think that's so cute. It's so cute. So cute. Peppa's so cute. Oh, when I say her name, she looks up. You said Oktoberfest? Yeah, she wants me to go out there for Oktoberfest. Like, we're going to go out to Amsterdam. But I didn't know it was going to be cold out there. We were literally talking about it for this year, but the minute she told me it was going to be cold out there, I was like, oh. Like, that's crazy. I was like, I don't want to go to Europe when it's cold. Like, I used to live over in Europe, so I don't want to go to Europe when it's cold. I don't. But, like, I feel like if I specifically wanted to go to Europe while it was cold, then yeah. But just off the whim, nah. Y'all get winter for real. Y'all are winter wonderland. You're from Trinidad Tobago. That's lit. I love Trinidad, even though I've never been. But boy, do I love the people. Or is that a Jamaican thing? Do Trini say Bomaclat, or is that Jamaican? You're 29. That's lit. Is that a vape? For me, I consider this an electric hookah because I thought it was when I first seen people with it out here in Atlanta, I definitely thought it was just like a portable hookah. But I guess it's just a bigger vape. I don't know. Has anyone famous ever DM'd me? Yes. Yes. But if I'm being completely honest, when I was younger, I'm still young, but when I was younger, I had this little thing that I would do. And it's funny because now other girls I think are doing it, like, but when I was doing it, I thought it was my own little strategy. Whole time, I'm 18 years old. There was girls way before me, my sister's age, that, you know, Ben knew game, Ben knew how to like get somebody's attention on Instagram, whatever the case may be. But it was this one time I made a post to this artist's song, and I posted on my story, and I tagged him. I don't know what made me want to tag him. It was him and another artist. It was him and another R&B artist. This was back in 2019. Yeah, so I was 18 and I was tagging them in my story, right? And then I realized they was responding to that. Like, I was like, oh, they noticed I tagged them? So this was back in like 2020. So I don't think a bunch of people were put on game yet. Like, hey, if you want to get somebody's attention on social media, tag them in your stuff. And just keep doing it. That at some point they're gonna look at the DM. So more people are doing that now, I think. But again, I started doing it in 2019. And then this one artist, he reposted it on his story. And that's when I knew that that was a strategy to get people on social media, to tag them in your story. And then I was doing it for years. But then I stopped. I stopped when I came back to Atlanta because then I started to like work in the industry. And then my intentions just changed. I'm like, well, I don't need to get these people's attention no more. I'm most likely going to see them in person anyway. And I have an abundance mindset. I don't care. Even the first artist that did post me on Instagram, I did. That whole situation is crazy. You guys, I was 19 years old out in the streets. I was 19, 20 years old out in the freaking streets here in Atlanta. Oh my gosh. That whole situation is so crazy. Cause first of all, the first artist that posted me on his story, I indirectly met him and was around him. What had happened was, okay, so a year after that happened or whatever, I'm not gonna lie, I was young as fuck. I was trying to get this man's attention. Like, I DM'd that man my phone number and everything. Like, I did not care. I'm like, you are mine and I am yours. He liked one of my pictures. So I was just like, this is all a sign. Like, that artist, he is mine. He is mine. So then, boom, he had a hosting. Like, he was coming to a club here in Atlanta. Again, this is 20, at this point, I think this is 2021 or 2020. Where was I? I was in Charlotte at the time and I was visiting. I think I was visiting, I was with my sister. Okay, so this had to be 2020. I had to be 21 to enter the club. Did I use a fake? Because when I turned 21, I was in Connecticut. Okay, so I had to be, okay. 20 years old. I'm just gonna say I was 20 years old when this happened. He was having a hosting at a club, right? So boom, I tell my sister, I'm like, hey, we finna go to this club. Keep in mind, my sister is older than me. Like, she already been there, done that. Now it's my time. Now it's my era to go outside. Okay? You said I'm still in the streets. I'm not in the streets the way I used to be. Us men gotta build the platform first to catch the eye of a famous woman. You're funny. A lot of famous women don't even want their guys to be famous, though. Believe it or not. But yeah, so boom, we go to his hosting, right? And this was before I was even aware, like, I didn't know nothing about promoters. I didn't know nothing about, like, sections and all this stuff. Like, I didn't know nothing about none of that. I was just like, oh, he finna be outside. I'm outside too. And I did the same thing with another artist. He's actually one of my favorite artists, and I indirectly was around him as well. One thing about me, I always figured out how to get my way. I always figured it out. And it's so funny. It's so funny. But also not, because the story I'm about to tell you guys turned really, really dark really fast. I'm not gonna speak on it too much on what happened, but anyways, so boom, the artist ends up showing up to the club or whatever, and I'm at the bar, da da da, blah blah blah. Fast forward to the end of the night. The end of the night comes around. I'm standing on the stairs. So the artist, he had, so what artists do, like, if you ever notice when you go to these, like, club hostings or whatever with these artists or influencers, they typically have a posse with them, especially in today's age. A lot of rappers too, like, they have a lot of niggas around them. Some people will have girls around them, they group that they go out with, right? So boom, the artist left with his posse already. There was a few guys lingering around. I'm on the steps towards the exit. One of the guys in his posse come and talk to me. He was like, hey, what you doing after this? I was like, I don't know. My ride left me. My ride was my sister. My sister definitely left. So I was like, I don't know. My ride left me. And then he was like, well, come with us. I was like, okay. So boom. So now I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna meet my boo, my bae, my artist babe. Okay, like, I'm like, this is when I had to find out very quickly what I don't ever need to do again. Okay, so boom, I'm with the guys or whatever. They had two cars. They had the one that the artist drove in, and then they had the other one that they were in. I got in the car with the other people. And again, this was before I was aware of posses. When you are out with these artists, influencers, whatever, do not do the guys that they are around, they want to benefit off of the fact that they are friends with the artist, the influencer, the boxer, like the sports guy, whatever. They 9 times out of 10 don't have money to do anything for you. They just want to have sex with you. These are guys, like they're guys. They just want to have sex with you. And in their mind, they know, okay, well, since I'm friends with the artist, she clearly wants to be around the artist, I'm finna get her. And then if you don't know no better, you're gonna fall into that. That's just free game. If you didn't know, but I feel that's obvious. Like, now that I think about it, that shit's so obvious. Like, damn, I'll probably do the same thing. But I probably wouldn't though. I don't know. If I was a man and I was friends with somebody and I was able to get free pussy, basically, maybe. But then at the same time, I would probably, I always told myself that I would be a chick, but also I wouldn't be a chick because I would just like to give it out. Like, I'm a very generous person by nature. So if I was a man, I would just be giving it out. No cap. But also, I feel like if I'm friends with the artist, I don't want to leech off the artist's fame. Like, I want to have my own money. I want to have my own way of doing things. So if I am fucking with a girl, I got my own way. That's just me. Also, another game. If you're gonna fuck around with an artist or anybody in the industry, or even if they're not in the industry, they're just men that have really nice careers. If they have a posse around them, make sure that their friends are doing the same thing, if not better, than that person. You don't want to deal with someone that's doing less than them because they're just leeching off of that person's name. Self-awareness. Okay, back to the story. So, boom. At first, the guys were kind of looking at me crazy because they were like, who is this chick? Where y'all find her at? And they gave me that look at first, and then everything was fine. So then, boom, we're driving to the house, and I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening. Ow! Oh, it's really happening. So, boom, we get to the house, and then the guy that invited me, I don't know what happened, but we were in the kitchen. There was girls around, but the artist, he wasn't in my viewpoint. I don't know where the artist was. I think he was downstairs in the studio area with the other girls. I don't know, but all I know is that I was in the kitchen with these niggas. And Pepper, what are you doing? You scratching up my rug. But yeah, I was in the kitchen with these niggas, and I'm like, where's the artist? Where's the artist? And then shortly after, the artist's security guard comes and talks to me. Again, this is my first time ever being in the presence of an artist, his posse, his security, the whole night. This is my very first experience altogether, okay? So I'm thinking that the security guard is, I'm thinking that he's genuine, basically. I'm thinking that the security guard is genuine. I'm thinking that he's just trying to make sure that I'm not on no bullshit because I didn't come with them to the club. They picked me up from the club. So we're outside talking on the balcony, wherever the case may be, boom, boom, boom. Fast forward, we end up going to a room. Keep in mind, I'm not attracted to the security guard whatsoever. I'm 20 years old. I'm going to assume that I'm 20 years old at this time because I'm thinking I was living in Charlotte at the time. I wasn't living in Atlanta, so that means I had to come out here to visit, and I was with my sister, so I had to be 20. How I got into the club, I don't know if I used a fake ID. I don't know, but that's how I ended up in the situation. So anyways, we ended up into the room. I don't know why I got escorted to the room. I just remember we're just having simple conversation outside. And I think he took me to the room to finish the conversation. I think that's how he introduced it to me. Because other than that, why else would I follow a random security guard to a room if my end goal was to get with the artist? So I'm thinking that he had to have said something along the lines of, hey, let's talk better in this area because there's a lot going on out here, which is red flag number one. Red flag number one. So boom, we're in the room. The security guard closes the door. And now we're just talking. He's trying to get into my head, right? At this time, I was not aware that you can't tell these people that you work at a club because then they're going to think that you're plotting. You said she took off. But okay, so if you don't know my lore, I guess, I would say watch my YouTube videos or just scroll all the way down. Then you'll get to know my lore. Basically, I was working at clubs, y'all. I was working at clubs. I started working at clubs in Charlotte. That's my lore. I started working at clubs in Charlotte. And so I was telling the security guard about myself. So I was being honest. You can't be honest with these niggas. I was being honest. I'm 20 years old, green as fuck. I'm like, yeah, I work at a club. I'm a dancer. And he's like, oh, you're a dancer? And then he starts literally, now that I know better, I'm 25 years old now. Now that I know better, he literally manipulated my brain so bad. He tried to make it seem like I was trying to finesse or try to like expose the artist on some like dumb shit. Keep in mind, I just wanted to get my fix. Like if anything, I would at this time, I was cool if I just fucked on an artist and kept it moving. Now the age I am now, hell no. I might be infatuated with artists, but I don't want to just fucking go. You get nothing from that. It's nothing beneficial just fucking an artist, and then it's nothing beneficial fucking an artist. Nothing. You get nothing out of it. And then I'm also someone that's very private. I don't want people in my business. So if I'm not married to this person, all I did was get a nut off of you, and you got a nut off of me and a bunch of other girls. That's not something that I want to plaster on the internet. So when the security guard kept making it seem like that was the case, hold on. But yeah, when the security guard tried to make it seem like that was the case and that's what I was doing, it's just like, that's really crazy because I'm really private. Like, even though I was young, I still was aware that I didn't want clout from fucking artists. I've never been like that. I've never wanted that. Never been like that. Never been like that. So that's what the security guard was making it seem like, though. So he purposely kept me away from everybody else in the house, and he kept me in that room the entire night. There was at one point, the artist actually came by the room to see what the fuck was going on. The artist came to the door, knocked on the door and everything. The security guard got up. I hear him tell the artist, no, she good, she with me. I'm uncomfortable this whole entire time. I'm like, I don't know how to get out of this situation. The security guard thinks that I'm trying to like expose the artist for whatever reason. Whole time, there's like 10 other girls in the same house and other niggas in the house. Like, I'm just here to vibe and have a good time. Like, so you said stop the nervous laugh. Honestly, I don't really talk about this story so much because this was actually a very traumatic experience for me. But anyways, so he tells the artist, yeah, she good, she with me or whatever. Whole time, I'm not good. The security guard projected that I was on some bullshit even though I wasn't. And now I feel like if I try to leave, it's going to look like some shit. It's crazy. That's why you have to be careful when you're young and be mindful of older men that are manipulative as fuck. Literally. You saying consider stop cursing? I will consider it. Okay, so boom. The artist leaves. Now we're back talking or whatever. And then I remember, like, I started crying. I started breaking down crying to the security guard because, like, again, I'm overstimulated. I'm anxious. I'm trying to be truthful to try to prove to him that I'm not on no bullshit. I start crying and all this other stuff. You'll increase your stock as a lady. Well, I'm telling a story, so accept this as one of my personalities that curses. Okay, so boom. After a while, the security guard ends up going to sleep. But he still wouldn't let me leave. He basically wouldn't let me leave, and I was basically forced to have to sleep with him. Not have sex with him. I felt like that's what he wanted to do, though, but I basically was forced to have to, like, sleep in the bed with him. Now you're probably asking me, Courtney, why didn't you just leave? Well, if I'm being completely honest, it took me forever to tell men no. Like, I didn't grow up with, like, my mom and I, we have a good relationship now, but my mom did not tell me how to go about men. So, you know, when I was 17, 16, 17, I was 17, I think. I was 16, 17 years old. That was the first time, let me not lie. That wasn't the first time I was sexually assaulted, but that was my first time being consciously aware that I just got sexually assaulted, that I've been sexually coerced. You know, sexual coercion is definitely a thing, which basically means that you had, even though you didn't want to have sex, you just did it because the other person manipulated you to. And that happened to me a lot. So at this time, I'm 20 years old. I've only been living on my own for a year in Charlotte. I just started dancing at a club to take care of myself. I'm in a vulnerable situation. And I did not have the confidence to tell men no. And because the security guard already thought that I was on bullshit, it was just a lot. I just felt like I was stuck. I genuinely felt like I was stuck and I just couldn't get out of the situation. And that he had promised me that he wasn't trying to fuck me and that he would take me back home in the morning. So boom, we're laying in the bed. I wait for him to go to sleep. And then I leave the room. But I had to sneak out of the room. Like, this shit was so crazy. I snuck out of the room so swiftly. Like, that man had his arms around me. He was a big ass dude as well. I'm 5'3", 100 and something pounds. This is a security guard we're talking about here. He's big as fuck. Okay, so he has his arms around me while we're in the bed. I never went to sleep. I was waiting for him to go to sleep first. I was uncomfortable the whole time. So then boom, I end up, you know, and then in my brain, I'm like, well, let me stick to my mission. Like, it's been hours later. I'm like, let me see, where is everybody? I'm like, where is the artist? Where are the girls? Where is anybody? You said, what's my Instagram? My Instagram is See Me Living. I have it up here pinned. CMELVNG. But yeah, so I escaped out of the room while the nigga was asleep, and I had to, like, be so quiet. I didn't want to wake him up. So then I'm going around the house trying to see where everybody is. I see a girl in the kitchen, and I ask her, I'm like, hey, where is everybody? And I was scared as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Like, imagine, like, a random girl saying, hey, the security guard basically, like, hijacked me and kept me away in a room against my will. Everybody gonna be like, what the fuck? That shit was not gonna end up good for me. Because one or two things was gonna happen. They either were gonna take my side or they were gonna do whatever to protect the security guard. And that's just what that was. So I just asked the girl, like, where is everybody else? She said everybody's downstairs in the studio. Boom, I go down to the studio. I see the artist. I see a few, like, two girls in there maybe. I see another guy, the producer. They were just in the studio just working on music or whatever. And it was just like awkward. Like I just felt very awkward because again, I was gone for hours. And then again, I wasn't properly introduced to the artist. So again, it's like how do I just be like, hey, I was the girl in the security guard's room, like so once I saw that they were just chilling in the studio, I was like, oh, okay. But I was afraid to stay down there. I was afraid that the security guard was gonna find me and beat my ass or something. Like I was just scared. So I literally opened the door, looked at what was going on. Niggas looked at me. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then I just closed the door. I didn't know what to do. I did not know what to do. And so what did I do? I went back upstairs and I had to like curl myself back into the bed, and then I had to force myself to go to sleep. And then the next day happened, and I'm not going to get into what happened that following morning, but it was very traumatic. And then the security guard took me home, and then I told my sister and I cried about it. And then I kept that whole situation to myself for years. And I never really talked about it. It's my first time really talking about it for real. But now that I'm older, I can speak on the situation from a place of awareness, self-accountability, but also just self-awareness at the same time. For anybody out there, like what I would have did differently, I would have never went to that goddamn room with the security guard. Fuck his feelings. I would have never went to the room. I would have been, honestly, what I would have did, I would have stuck to the guy that invited me. Because I remember when I had escaped out of the room, I remember I asked the girls, like, where is everybody? And then I asked her, where is the nigga that invited me? I forgot his name, but at that time, I remembered his name. And I was like, where are they or whatever? Niggas was asleep. Niggas in the studio. But what I would have did differently, I would have stayed with the guy that invited me, but his energy was also giving lustful. So honestly, the way my spirit is now, I would have definitely had a better chance at getting to my end goal at the age that I am now. I would have talked to the girls. If anything, I would have talked to the girls. I would have talked to more of the guys. Like, I would have made sure that everybody in that bitch knew who I was. I would have said hi to everybody, so everybody in the house is aware of who I am. And then I would have been like, so where's the party? Where's the party? I'm a smoker. Where is everybody smoking at? And that's how I would have had a peaceful evening, because I would have stayed with the niggas or the girls that was smoking, chilling, and then the rest would have been history. The rest would have been history. So you said, why didn't you get an Uber? Now I'm just like, where was my phone? I don't think I had my phone. I don't think I had my phone. Because honestly, I could have just called my sister up. But I didn't. But like I told you, you have to think about it. I was scared. Niggas already thought that I was on some shit. Niggas already thought that I was setting them up. So I was just scared as fuck. I was scared as fuck. And then also, I didn't know where I was. I don't know the address to where I was. I didn't know where I was. I don't know. I just wasn't comfortable. I was scared as fuck, and I just wasn't comfortable. But the person that I am today, I definitely would have gotten myself up out of there. But I'm just trying to figure out if I had my phone or not, or if the security took my phone, or whatever the case may be. Like, I just don't. I just remember he was just like, I'm going to take you home in the morning. But yeah. You said, so basically you cuddled the security guard. The security guard took advantage of me. He took advantage of me, of me being naive, of me not knowing no better, and kept me in that room against my fucking will. And then the next day had the nerve to say some bullshit like, I told you that I wasn't trying to have sex with you. But he still did other stuff that I didn't ask for. And that whole situation really fucked me up. That situation fucked me up. Again, I don't really talk about it. There were several situations. Actually, no. Actually, yes. There were several situations I've had with people in the industry that was not good. Niggas do prey on women not knowing better, and niggas do prey on women being young as fuck and just not knowing any better. So you really just have to just, here are the rules. Never go home with nobody. Even if they say they're not gonna fuck you, they're gonna try to, and they might manipulate you into doing it if you don't have strong skin. If you do not have a strong backbone, if you do not know how to say no, if you don't know how to get yourself out of a situation, don't even put yourself in that fucking situation. It doesn't excuse what the guys did. It does not excuse what the guys, they're still assholes. But in regards to you and yourself, me, myself, if I am not secure within, I'm not gonna put myself in no position that I can't get myself out of. Period. Like, I would say that now. Like, if I could talk to my younger self, I would have been like, don't you go to that house if you don't know how to get yourself out of there. Don't you do it for no artist. Hell no. Do not put yourself in any position that you cannot get yourself out of, or if you don't know how to say, no, I don't want to do this. All because you're afraid of what they might do. And that's a true thing. So when people be trying to come at like victims of like sexual assault or whatever the case may be, it's like, you gotta mentally put yourself in that person's situation. Like, niggas be scared. Niggas be scared. People are really good at manipulation and gaslighting. And if you don't know how to get out of something, then you just don't know how to get out of it. Some people are born with a backbone. Some people had to grow a backbone. I'm one of those. I had to learn how to grow a backbone. So that's why now I'm not playing that shit with nobody. And that's why I don't entertain artists and stuff like that no more, because it's just too much. They're very lustful, and I'm not benefiting off of it, because what makes me different than the next girl, the next city, whatever the case may be, you know? You said, was your body language aggressive or clearly opposed? My body language was opposed. Because, yeah, like, even when we were having the conversation, I was sitting across the room. Like, he was sitting by the door. This man was sitting by the door in front of the motherfucking door. I was sitting across the room talking. He wouldn't even let me near the door. He literally kept me away. He kept me away. He took advantage of me. I don't even remember that nigga name. I don't remember his name. I barely remember how he looks. But if he is still that dude's security guard, and if I ever come across that artist in a different setting, or whatever the case may be, I feel like my body's gonna know that it was the security guard. My body would probably know. But I say all that to say... this all started from somebody asking me how celebrities ever slid in my DMs, and we went down this rabbit hole. But let me tell, I say all that to say that when artists or whoever slide in your DMs, or if you go on a mission to meet somebody, please be careful. And if you don't want to do anything with that person or whatever, vocalize that, and also just know how to get yourself out of that situation. Have a strong enough backbone to where nobody can even make you feel uncomfortable to not try to escape out of this situation. You know? And it's just crazy because my intentions was, again, the security guard thought that I was on bullshit whole time he's projecting onto me because he was on bullshit. He was the one on bullshit. All I wanted to do was finally meet the artist that reposted me on his story and say I had a good motherfucking time and go on about my day and go on about my night at 20 years old. But then now that I'm like older, it's just like, It's like I would rather have a genuine bond and a friendship with an artist or somebody that is of a higher status. I would rather have a bond with them versus like a sexual relationship, because these dudes literally are around sex all day, every day. Like, they literally sing about it. They sing about sex, drugs, alcohol, and money. So it's like that's all that their frequency is around. So it's like, now that I'm older and I'm wiser, it's like I don't desire that type of lifestyle for myself. So if I am going to be around an artist or whatever, it has to be a very like peaceful experience, and that person has to be a friend to me. Because if you're not a friend to me, then it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. So yeah, you said I should have got him locked up. After that day, after he took me home, I deleted his number and I decided to just forget him forever. But that experience I'll never forget, because it took me a minute to even acknowledge, like, damn, was I sexually coerced? Was I taken advantage of? Like, he literally fucked me up so bad, and I was already fucked up mentally. So it was like he just made it worse. And I'm like, all I wanted to do was just have a good time. Like, I had no ill intentions. I wasn't trying to have my phone out and record like, oh yeah, look who I'm with, look who I'm with. Like, I don't even do that today. I don't even do that today. I may not have known how to have said no and stand up for myself in those situations, but one thing I've always been was private as fuck if I was going to fuck around with somebody in the industry. I don't need people in my business. Again, I don't want clout off of that. So I just felt like I was just completely taken advantage of for just not knowing no better. You said I'm classically telling on myself. I mean, I'm being honest. Like, we are in Atlanta. We are in Atlanta. If we are linking up with our favorite artists, we're going to link with our favorite artists and we're going to have a good time. It's just a part of, it's just the dopamine. It's just the dopamine. I'm just being honest, you know? But again, now that I'm wiser and now that I'm older, it's a way to go about it. It's a way to go about it. There's a way to go about it. And the end goal shouldn't to be just to get fucked on either. That shouldn't be the goal either, just to get your ass wet by these guys, because that's not beneficial either. Unless they fuck with you for real and they care to have a friendship with you. But if they don't care to have a friendship with you, then you just fucked him to say that you fucked your favorite artist, and that's it. That's it. But it is 9:30. I did stay on here longer than anticipated. Thank you guys for listening to my story time. Moral of the story, say no. If say no, sexual coercion is a thing. Do not follow up behind none of these niggas in the industry, because if they can't take care of you, then what's the point? If they can't take care of you and they don't care to be your friend, then just hang it up. Hang it up. Hang it up. Unless you want the experience, but if you're going to do it for the experience, make sure you can get yourself out of that situation so that you're not taken advantage of. You know? But yeah, shout out to everybody that liked the live. Shout out to everybody that subscribed. Thank you guys for your kind words and not attacking me for my story. And I pray that it's just a learning lesson for whoever comes across it. That's man, woman, whatever. And until next time, bye.